Hey y'all, Anson here over at Ivey's Forge and Homestead. So I know it's been a long time coming. We haven't posted any type of video, uh, since the move, basically. Since I was in the old shop, I already said that there was going to be projects coming up that we're going to start doing the videos. Hopefully, if you're following along on Instagram, same thing, Ivey's Forge and Homestead, and Facebook. You already knew some of the things that we've been working on. All right, so we have been working on projects. We just haven't been doing videos. All right, and we're gonna knock out a woodworking bench for Gladys. It's actually her first woodworking bench, and I think it's gonna be okay. It's nothing special. It's definitely gonna be a beginner's bench, but it's still gonna have a lot of cool features that's not in just your everyday bench. All right, so let's go check it out. All right, so with most woodworking projects that I do, not all, but with most, I do come up with a plan. All right, plan of action. I draw it out of what it's going to look like. So this bench is actually going to be a mixture of a Roubo and a Nicholson English style bench. Okay, it brings in a little bit of both. I am using just lumber from your local box store, so it's not going to be anything special. It's just 2x6s and 2x12s, and this entire bench can actually be made for roughly $100, maybe a little less than $100 if you're buying extra stuff. So, and after the drawing, okay, I also write down the actual dimensions of the size, the stock that I need, along with a list, right, of what I need to buy. So I knew that I needed 7 2x6 by 8, and I needed 4 of the 2x12 by 8, right? And then I also write in the drawings of my cut list, right? So I look and see that I know that for this one I have to cut these, and then I got to do 2 of them, right? And then for this one, it's just 1. Then for the sides, right, and I even showed the little angle for the side. I know I got to make 2 of those, right? And then for the top, and then for the legs, right? So the legs are all 2x6, and they're all going to be cut to certain lengths and certain sizes, and they're actually going to be stacked together, glued together. That way, it'll make the leg a little thicker and whatnot. All right, so let's go ahead and get this lumber cut up. so just like that, I got all of the wood cut up for the legs, right? This is all the legs portions. And right now I don't have a miter saw. Okay, so I'm just using it as a battery operated circular saw. And then I use my Swanson Speed Square. Okay, not affiliated. But I do love this thing. If you don't own one and you're a woodworker, then you're wrong, right? This goes with any type of framing, any type of woodwork, period. Right? These things are awesome. I love them to death. Right? There's so many different things that you can do with one of these. It acts as a fence, acts as a ruler, acts as a square, a compass, all kinds of things that you can do with this, and I love it. All right, so you just got a glimpse of some of the things I could do. Knock this out really quick, all right, with just a circular saw. All right, let's finish cutting up this lumber. Just real quick, when you're buying this lumber from the store, right, you're going to find stuff like this. It's going to have the knot, especially if you're using just this cheap old pine, right? It is what it is. So this bench is going to be 6 feet long. These are 8 foot long boards. You have 2 of these that are the size of the bench and 2 that are the top of the bench, right? So when you're checking out the wood, right, take a picture of the grain on the side. And take your phone or your camera or whatever it is to the other side of the board. Make sure that those grains match as close as possible. That way you're not going to get cupping, twisting, anything like that of your wood. And then if there is a little bit of checking or cuts, whatnot down the end, use that as the side that you want to cut off, and this is just going to end up being blocking on the inside of the bench, okay, for extra strength. I'm going to go ahead and mark these out. I know I want this to be the side, and I know I want this edge to be on the top. Sometimes you'll even find boards like this that has the knot right here in the center. It's still solid, it's still good, and I'm just going to come back because I do want this to be the top, one of my top boards. So I'm actually going to come back and fill this in with resin just to go through. Same thing with any other knots. The very top portion. Stuff that's not stable, I'm just going to fill in with resin. I think it's aesthetically pleasing. Alright, so it's hot. I got this lumber cut up, and this is going to be a multi-part build going through. But I got everything cut up, and tomorrow, so I'm going to let it acclimate at least overnight. We'll catch y'all next one. Thanks for following along, y'all. Oh yeah, and don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Ivey's Forge Homestead, and I got my Etsy page. I got some shirts, a couple shirts, a ball cap, some coffee mugs. For right now, there's some really fancy, awesome cotton thread, right? And then there's some of those cheapos that don't last for nothing, but they're still nice shirts. So go check them out. All right, thanks y'all. Later.